And here we are, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Happy birthday. Woohoo.
We have not been together on the air since in a long time.
1982.
Seems like it. Anyway, here we are, my friends. Thank you so much for being welcome. I mean, we're a little tired. Thank you for
joining
us
and celebrating Lionel and America, a joint
Indeed.
party today.
We had a wonderful day today. Wonderful day. We went to the neighborhood, and we found a great little Mediterranean joint. We had grilled stuff and baba ganoush and pita bread, and we walked out, and it was this man with a beard in a dress. Been seeing a lot of that lately.
Yeah, but I have a theory about that.
What?
That because our city welcomes that. I think people, because I'm seeing so much of it lately, that people are flocking here because they can walk around in a dress and nobody will bother them, really. I really think that.
I think there's something to be said for that. I think that's true. And you know what? And so be it. They're not bothering anybody. I don't really care. But it just goes to show you that who knew a couple of years ago. In any event, my friends, thank you. It was a wonderful day. Thank you for your birthday wishes and your birthday thoughts and comments. And I just got off the air with the redacted. Yes, Edie. Thank you, Edie.
So many gifts and cards and messages.
Oh, yes.
Edie sent a beautiful handmade birthday card. So we thank everybody.
So we are I'm very, very thankful for that. Very, very thankful. It was a beautiful day, beauteous day. And it is such an honor to be with all of you fine, fine folks. And I appreciate it immensely. And but we have a lot of things to talk about in addition to your thoughts and comments, in addition to everything. So much going on. What do you have working on, Missy?
Well, right now for the warriors and our coalitions across the country, we are all in on AI, artificial intelligence. This is the number one issue. We are calling it an American crisis.
Why, though? Explain why it is such a as to kids.
It is such a complex issue. We would be here for several days if I explain everything. But right now, AI seems to really be this runaway train. It is just being thrust upon children, upon parents, guardians, educators, thrust upon everybody with no guardrails, no stopping, no critical analyzing. Listen, there's a lot of AI, artificial intelligence, that can be used for good. We need to focus on that, promote that, and teach about that. But just yesterday, we had our First Lady, Melania Trump, announce the AI Challenge. She wants to empower all of our kids, our youth, so we can become global leaders in this AI movement. And there are dollar signs attached for different contests and things like that. Now, I do understand that, right? And I appreciate this because AI is here whether we want it or not. So we have to learn how to deal with it, right? Now, that being said, who is teaching everybody about it exactly? Who's teaching the teachers? Because nobody I know is being taught about it, how to handle all of this. Who's teaching the kids who spend 5 to 9 hours a day on their devices? They're seeing things. Okay, so we have a problem with that not being addressed in the administration, that we need to have some sort of uniform handbook. I'm not kidding. That can be handed out to every school, every home, all over the United States, so we can all get on the same page and grab this once and for all and learn how to deal with it. So the concern is what is happening regarding children, the dangerous chatbots. And I want everybody to listen up to something I'm saying. ChatGPT, it may tell an adult a very different story when you plug in something and ask a question that it is telling a child. Our youth are under attack. There is a war on for our children. So bear in mind, not everybody gets the same answers, and things in ChatGPT are based on the history of what you've put on Facebook, of what you've put on Snap, on X. Keep that in mind. These are not uniform answers. ChatGPT is telling children, because they put so much of their lives online. That's where it forms different things, and it's telling them based on that things to do, things to look at, things to think about. Not the adult who may have a totally different experience. So we can't compare. It's kind of apples and oranges here with that. But we have a lot of problems. We have a lot of lawsuits. And the First Lady, I know her heart is in her Be Best campaign and helping children. But we need to flesh out this AI challenge much more.
Mhm. Now, one of the things we need for us to realize is that, as you said, depending upon who we are, we may get different experiences than other people. So, if you were to go on and you were to look at various aspects, various things, and you were to put in information, you may not get the same self-harm instructions that AI gets when it knows who it is talking to. Does that make any sense? So just want to make sure you understand this. Sometimes people will say, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not seeing this. I don't get this. I don't know what you're talking about. Are we suggesting that the harm and the self-harm that is being directed towards children, this is imaginary? I don't believe so. Just very, be very careful, because sometimes you never know how things
But
work.
also just understand the goal of big tech, any of this big tech, eyeballs. Who are the eyeballs? Children, youth, kids, the future adults, to keep them engaged online. It's all about making money. They are the product, much more even than the adult, right? They're going to be on it for their entire lives. So everybody better bear in mind when you ask, why is this happening? It's the answer is very crass. It's all about making money, and everything is in their favor, big tech. And that's what we constantly, with the warriors, fight with, against, and for better guardrails with our government and with communities.
Did you see this news story? A Rochester woman faces charges for calling a black child the N-word. Rochester's city attorney has filed a draft complaint against Shiloh Hendricks, who was caught on camera earlier this year, calling a
January, February,
I don't know. I was like, what are you waiting for? Calling a young black child a racial slur at a local playground. Hendricks faces 3 counts of disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor charge that carries a maximum of 90 days in jail. Blah, blah, blah. This was a situation that deeply affected many people, especially our communities of color, and caused real turmoil in our community, said Rochester Mayor Kim Norton. Now, already I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute.
I already got the number about this whole
thing. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. We acknowledge the lasting impact this incident has had, not only on those directly involved and across our community, but also in the broader conversations happening. A video of Hendricks hurling the N-word at the child quickly circulated online last April. Hendricks said she received threats, and she started an online fundraiser that raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to help her move to another place. I don't know what the particular story is. It says that she apparently got into something and hurled the N-word.
Well, that's unacceptable. If that's true, that is unacceptable. Adults calling children names.
Is it criminal? Now, this is what I want to say. This will be very, very careful, ladies and gentlemen. Let's parse this carefully.
I just said unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. Right. No. I mean, listen, a little kid.
How can words be criminal? Explain.
Well, that's what we're trying to see. Let's look at this. Let's break this down specifically. Let's look at what we're talking about here. One of the things which is interesting to note is as follows. The statute was disorderly conduct. Now, if I'm in a park and I'm yelling, get out of here. Just get out of here, you stupid kid. Get out. You and your stupid friends and your stupid games. That may be disorderly if I'm, by virtue of my yelling and screaming, I'm making a noise. I'm making a tussle. If I say, get out of here, you miserable kids. Okay. Get out of here, you fat kids. Get out of here, you stupid kids. Is that actionable yet? Not for the words, not for the, maybe the volume, maybe the context, maybe the fact that I'm threatening, I'm hurting. It might be even threatening. But when you get into, get out of here, you dumb, blind, let's say, poor, stupid, black. Now we're getting into something that bothers me. The subject matter should never be the subject of a crime itself, but how you say it Because if she had said, excuse me, would you N words get out of here, please? Would you please? Thank you. Would you charge her with disorderly conduct? I don't know what the case law is. My first thing is nope, 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 nope. Just like if a black woman said, would you get out of here, you white kids, please? Now, if you're screaming or yelling, again, it doesn't matter what it is. You could be just raising all kinds of hell or threatening, or you could be threatening immediate assault or something. That's a different story. But I get what it sounded like, and I don't know who this particular woman is here. This is the the Rochester mayor. What is her name?
Let's
Mayor
look up Kim
Rochester.
Norton.
Yeah, Kim Norton.
I have an idea.
Yeah, well, we don't. Is she black?
No. I have an idea. First of all, it says New York State. That already
Rochester,
tells
New York.
me, you know.
Nope. Here we go.
a lot
Kim
of
Norton. There
things.
she is. Kim Norton is. There she is. She is a white lady. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. See, I get very, very scared. Now, if the same thing had happened, if there were black adults saying, "Hey, you white kids," I'd say the same thing. Wait a minute. You can't charge somebody just because they use the word white. If they're yelling or screaming, is a different story. That's the issue. That's what I want to know. That's something which takes a. You know what I mean? Do you agree or disagree?
I'm agreeing with you, but
it's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I would never do it. I think it's unacceptable. Is it criminal? For the words, no. For the circumstances, yes. It might be too loud. Disorderly conduct is one of those things like disorderly intoxication, disorderly conduct.
I mean, did she cause a riot? We don't know the particulars. Did the adults get into a fight? Like, we don't, this story is very murky. And when I say it's New York State, we know where the push is in this state for race all the time and all that chaos and things like that. So I need to know more about this.
This is interesting. Let me see.
So that means when somebody
what
down
is
the street,
what is the New York statute for disorderly conduct? What is the criminal penal statute for such? The language. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm a big debater. I'm not debater.
No, well,
a dictator.
Let's see what it says.
Let's see what it says. And it says here, in New York, disorderly conduct is covered. Okay. A person is guilty of disorderly conduct when, with the intent to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. Whoa!
I think I should be able to charge a lot of people who yell out things at me.
I disagree. I think it's the opposite.
No. What do you mean? When people yell, go ahead.
A person is guilty of disorderly conduct when, with the intent to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. I think the woman or somebody could say, my intention is not to cause public anything. I'm talking to these kids. Public, I'm talking to these kids. It had nothing to do with the public or any kind of inconvenience or an alarm. It says, if they, for example, engage in fighting or in a violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior, make unreasonable noise, use abusive or obscene language, or make an obscene gesture. Okay, abusive language, okay, that may work. Obscene, I don't think it's obscene. Disturb a lawful assembly or meeting, no. Obstruct vehicular or pedestrian traffic, no. Congregate with others in the public place and refuse to comply with the lawful order of the police to disperse, no. Create a hazardous or physically offensive condition, no. I think it's to use abusive language in a public place. And I think yelling at somebody, as far as their race, I think that's abusive. Does that make sense to you? Brasileira mia, there she goes. That's our friend Carla. Happy birthday, Lionel. Grateful for your voice, your wit, and your light you bring. Hope today brought you joy and maybe a little cake. Indeed, thanks to you.
Happy birthday.
Yes, yes, and thank you. And please, as we say, check your mail, as we say. Thank you. I look at the statute very, very carefully. It's the subject matter. What if they had said stuff about Trump? Why don't you and you Democrats get out of here? This is MAGA country. Different story. White Monkey says, Happy birthday, Big L. Get yourself something at the farmer's market on me. Thank you so much. What a good guy. What do you think, Missy? You're quiet.
I hear some corn coming because I am so completely focused on the AI. I'm not kidding. I'm breathing it because it has superseded anything we have done in child safety, any of the legislation that has Take It Down Act, for instance, first piece of legislation since 1998 that we did get passed bipartisan a couple of short months ago. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, anymore because now we're dealing with AI, uncharted territory, uncharted everything. This is what we need to focus on. This is what we have our coalitions, our new coalition formed on, and informing our members, getting information out to the public so that they can then spread it. But talking to your kids, that is the most important thing. And yesterday, I need to put the interview up, which I will. My dear colleague, Penny Ronning, who is in the state of Montana and is also the co-founder of the Yellowstone Human Trafficking Task Force. And she was filling me in about healthcare. She works very hard with healthcare across the country, not only in Montana. And she brought to my attention their children are coming into emergency rooms and pediatricians. The back of their necks have this curvature. This curvature. It really kept me up all night. I was thinking about it. This curvature in their necks from bending over and looking at devices and phones, and that medical professionals believe this will now become part eventually of our DNA, and children will eventually be born like this. I find this horrifying. I mean, what do you have to say about that?
I think a couple of things here. First, let me make a copy of this. This is going to be subject for part of my. By the way, did you anybody hear Mrs. L on my ABC show last night? Fantastic. In fact, it was this morning. No, it was this morning.
1:00 this morning.
Yeah,
that does seem like last night. 1:00 this morning.
Very, 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 very.
And what did I talk about?
I have no idea.
AI.
No. We talk about AI. We talk about other things as well. But there is is it lordosis or kyphosis? One of the two, where you curvature, I think is lordosis.
It's the neck.
Yeah, but the curvature is lordosis. Anyway, either lordotic or kyphotic. I don't know which one would apply. And you're also talking about something that is epigenetic, whereas something can affect your genetics or affect you that has occurred outside of the realm of typical genetics, if that makes any sense. Kelly McKinnon, bless your heart, Kelly. What a doll. Kelly McKinnon. How about a big hand for Kelly? Kelly, you are so nice. You're the reason.
Happy birthday.
That's me.
Sure.
67.
Woo-hoo.
I was so bad today, by the way. We'll get to this in a moment. Everywhere I went, we went to our little Mediterranean. It's my birthday. Do I get anything? Nothing. Son of a.
Everywhere you went,
everywhere.
You let everybody
it's my
know.
Birthday. Do I get anything?
It was horrible.
Our little food store, little store. Because this woman, she said, "Hello, wonderful. It's my birthday. Do I get anything? What? Do I get anything? A cookie or something? What?" Anyway, she had no idea what I was talking about. So kids, by the way, who are forever bent over or hunched, it could affect you in the long run negatively, horribly, terribly. See, the problem that we have regarding AI is that people don't understand it.
We're working on educating everybody. And remember, this is just thrown at society. It's not like we had a say in any of this, right? It's just thrown at everybody.
But they also
who could deal with this? I'm sorry.
Also say things like, well, my kids, it's the parents' fault.
No.
You see, the parents, what? The parents have nothing to do with this.
Wait a minute. Listen, there are a lot of parents that this is a separate program, are not paying attention.
True.
Don't care. We're also going all in on another tough subject, the foster care system. As we talk about reforming it, I ask the question, but let's get to why we have so many kids in foster care in the first place. Mm-hmm. How did they end up there? Right? I am inundated with stories. I just posted one, and I just post one here and there. I'd be posting all day about horrible parents doing things to their kids. A family of 5. So if you want to go to the Warriors and look up that story, I don't want to repeat it. It's too horrifying for me to even say the words. That are precious children, these little gifts, right, that we get, right, are abused and treated like this. And it seems to be increasing, right? Why are so many kids in foster care? Why do the older kids run away from it and then end up in trafficking situations? Like, those are the things we have to talk about. Not, we have a runaway, they're trafficked, let's do. No, how did they end up in foster care? Why did they run away? Let's go all the way back. And these are the things that are missing right now, that we have to just blow everything up and get to these issues.
By the way, just a key difference, kyphosis is the exaggerated outward curve, rounded or hunched upper back, outward curved. Lordosis is a sway back or an inward curve, not upper or lower, inward versus
But she
outward.
said just the neck.
I know.
Well, I don't know what that neck thing is.
I just wanted to, because I had brought up lordosis
I will
and
research with a
kyphosis
pediatrician. I'll
and
find a
wanted to
doctor.
verify.
Right.
Since I brought it up,
Happy birthday.
I wanted to verify
Happy birthday.
that I know what I'm talking about.
Happy birthday.
I know.
Birthday boy.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
That's right.
Let me see something on here. We have our good friend Lori Cuck, by the way, says, happy birthday, handsome. Thank you, Mrs. L,
Lori's
for
been around
leading the
forever.
conspiratorium. Thank you so much.
Lori
Lori
has
is-
been around since, I think, day one.
Lori
Lori's
has
around.
been.
But
Lori
I want to share also something I think is very exciting. Again, it needs a little fleshing out with the administration. Is yesterday, President Trump, as you know, last Thursday was National Fentanyl Awareness and Prevention Day, okay, across the United States. And yesterday he announced the America Free Fentanyl program, where they're going to be going all in. It's privately funded. But as I looked at the website and did a very fast review of all, now it's great we're talking about it. He wants this, part of his administration to be dealt with. This is a national security threat, fentanyl. Okay.
huge.
Talking about the cartels, not talking enough about China, where the precursors come from, and then brought to the cartels in Mexico and then flooded into our country. So I want to see a little more talk. Why aren't we talking more about China? That's one topic. But also, we need to have some sort of, I am sorry, I don't like the word mandatory. We need to have mandatory on the same page. Again, I'm back with the handbook in every school, education about this, not this piecemeal, a little bit in this school. It's bad, fentanyl. Don't go near it, because the kids are buying it online and having it delivered to the front door, the back door. We need much more hardcore. Why aren't we going hardcore with things to keep our kids safe? This is the question I ask of everybody, and I get the same answer. Gee, I don't know. That is not good enough.
Absolutely. Goose Down Story says that's our friend. What was her name before? What I'm talking about, because you changed. Anyway, UK rules on the internet may drive my murder suspect. Cut up chatter. Yes.
Cut up chatter.
Yes. UK rules on the internet may drive my murder suspect ex-husband back from Ireland to the U.S. I hope your birthday is great. Lynn is your reward. Absolutely.
That is true.
That is true.
And that's what you
That's
say
a
to
terrible transition
But
from
that
your,
is something about a
horrible-
murderer, and then
yeah, right. No, it's
but I kind of get it. I understand it, but I am your present,
That's correct.
and you are my present on my birthday.
That's exactly right.
That's all we need. We don't need anything else.
Absolutely.
That's it. It was very important about that fentanyl program. We need this really good education, and we need this. There are no ifs, ands, and buts.
You were very much affected by that black poster project,
because
you were there. You saw it.
Listen, look, I am not a victim or a survivor of human trafficking, sex trafficking, labor trafficking. I am not any type of victim from fentanyl poisoning. But when you stand alongside these parents and family members with the posters of their children, their deceased children, that have been harmed, that have been poisoned, it's not an overdose. None of these kids, young people meant to do anything. It goes from, we had a 10-year-old whose mother was there. We advocate for Selena all the time, who was 11, okay, up to young members of law enforcement, military, and in Times Square, the biggest press conference with law enforcement, with, the first responders, with families, with advocates. You have to be in their presence. There are no words. It is the most powerful. And they did a wonderful on the jumbotrons all over 47th Father Duffy Square.
Mhm.
They put every person they know of, and we know there's lots more. So this is with thousands, okay, flashing their pictures. And then you hear the parents scream out, that's my boy, that's my girl.
Mm.
It is the most overwhelming. And then we had a march from Grand Central later in the day with law enforcement, with everybody, to St. Patrick's Cathedral. And you could hear a pin drop. We're at the height of the tourist season last Thursday and this week, right? Everybody's jamming into New York before school starts. And we're hearing all the different languages. And every pew in St. Patrick's had the poster size of the person, the child, their name, their story. And people walked around, didn't even know, the tourists, as they're filtering in, what was going on here. Right, somber, very somber.
Lori says, my son is a recovering heroin addict. I'm so lucky. So lucky he's alive, to be sure.
Well, this was also about addiction we talk about too.
Addiction, but also some of these kids, remember, if somebody, let's say, is a heroin addict, and somebody says, I want to take a dose of heroin to get high, to whatever it is, and I give you a super hit, which many people believe that was probably Jim Morrison. Some people wanted him dead. There's a theory behind it. There may be some others who wanted him more dead than alive, in any event. But if I give you something and your intention was not to kill yourself, but to take either a Percocet or smoke a joint or something, that may be illegal. But if I load it up with something that's 1,000 times more powerful than usual, that's murder. That I'm killing you. This is you're being poisoned. And you can say, well, it's an overdose. No, an overdose is when you take something that would not necessarily cause death or was not intended to cause death. Maybe you misapplied it. You can overdose on aspirin. You can overdose on alcohol. You could overdose. That's a different story. Please, the nomenclature means a lot. These are not overdoses. These aren't people who are drug addicts.
But it's intentional poisoning. And
Right.
I want to know why we're not talking. The poison is coming from China. That's just the truth.
And I'm going to say something. You don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it. With all due respect to the First Lady, who I think is trying to do a good job, she has absolutely no idea what she's talking about regarding AI. She is being played by a lot of the big tech people. And she is just, changing the subject a little bit. What about Melania on the cover of Vanity Fair? What's that story?
Well, if it's a true story, remember,
Yeah.
I don't believe things unless like we wrote it or somebody
No.
I know. Well, they're saying that the staff is threatening to walk out and quit their jobs if she's put on the cover. Now, I venture to say that could be true based on, or they're drumming up lots of PR because as the magazine business has faltered.
That's my question.
I think it's more of a PR stunt.
Well, yeah, right.
Because no matter what, because of the scarcity of Melania Trump, when she does come out on whether it's a magazine cover, which we really haven't seen her on, or she came out for the Take It Down Act, we had more press there than we had with parents and advocates sitting there with Congress. People are fascinated by her. I tend to think this is a PR stunt. That's what I tend to think.
Let me ask this question. Where is the cover? Where is it?
It hasn't come out yet.
No. Where is it?
It's going to be, the cover's going to be online, and the cover's going to be on the hard copy we only see in the airports.
Right.
In the magazines.
There is no cover. They don't exist. It doesn't, there are no.
But there will be an article and it will be online where everybody is.
In the old days, there was a magazine.
Well, we don't have that anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
To get over that birthday
That's
boy.
what I'm saying.
No, but I mean, it still holds weight she'll be on something.
But
that the media will talk about then for 5 days straight.
But
that
we
will
are
be the focus.
Let me try to get this out.
Okay.
They're getting upset over an article. There is no cover. There was a cover. There was the cover of the Rolling Stone, the cover of Newsweek, the cover. It meant something. There was a physical, actual
They're going to
magazine.
show the visual online now. It's not going to be the magazine cover. yes.
That's what I'm saying. We're using terms that don't make any sense. Kids are saying, what cover? There is no cover. So what I'm saying is, you can have her on the cover, not have her on the cover. There is no cover. There are no magazines.
I see magazines in the airport. They got them in the back. They still have some magazines, very thin magazines, but they still have magazines in the airports.
Lori Cuck says, me and my son attended several funerals from poisoned young people. Damn shame indeed. Our good friend Mark Klingerfeld says, happy birthday to you. Thank you for your clear view. Hello to your beautiful wife. You hear that? Huh?
I hear that, birthday boy.
Good eyes. No, what I'm trying to say is,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying.
Let me say that what I'm saying is this. We're using terms and in a phrase that doesn't matter anymore. That's what I would say. If I were President Trump, my answer would be, there is no Vanity Fair. It's like there's a Vanity Fair like there's a Drudge Report or a Breitbart. It's online. It doesn't mean anything.
I still wish something we talked about could have been 8 years ago. First administration. I wish she would come out with her own magazine, this big, colorful, glossy that maybe she puts out even twice a year. I used to say 4 times a year. I'm going to say twice a year now. And is beautifully done goings on in Washington, what they're doing. And I would love to see that she's in control and she puts herself on the cover. That would be a sellout. I would donate all the money to her Be Best campaign to help the foster care, which she's very invested in now and going forward. In things for children. Like, wouldn't that be a great idea? I think so.
Do you remember there was a magazine that came out regarding Mohammed bin Salman? You understand this? Mohammed bin Salman. He is the head, whatever the case, of Saudi Arabia. It was at Gristedes. We went, no, not Gristedes. D'Agostino's. We walked in and they had on the checkout, there was this picture of MBS. And he said that billions of dollars. If she put out a glossy,
but
thick, oh my, it would
everybody would go crazy. It could be.
Would you imagine people seeing her cover? Her closet?
No, I don't want her personal, and she would never reveal her personal space. I can tell you that right now. We're not talking about that. We could see her in her fashion, going to the luncheons, because women like to look at that. We could see her doing her work with Be Best. She does visit hospitals and do things of that
nature. What I'm trying to say,
not her closet.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying she should. If you asked women, seriously, nobody will know this. Would you like to see a picture of her closet? Millions would say, yes, of course. She is somebody that people find either exotic or glamorous or whatever it is. She is, whether you like it or not, as close to a model. Michelle Obama's been on 3-4 times? I'm not going to make any Michelle Obama jokes. Please, I'm not going to do that. But Jill Biden, what I'm saying is people are fascinated. We live in a world where people love to see, no matter what anybody says, that Lauren Sanchez, they hate her, but they want to see about the wedding. They want to see about yachts. They want to see about what is it like. They want to see this. She wouldn't do it, but nobody wants to see Michelle Obama's closet come out of the closet. Anyway, nobody wants to see that, but they do want to see this. They're fascinated. And the thing about it is that women may not say this in public. Who's right? Who thinks I'm right? They're fascinated by her. They're fascinated by Melania. She's exotic or mysterious or whatever the hell it is.
But I was in the Rose Garden, and when she walked out with the president, the men were also fascinated. And I'm not talking about salaciously. I'm not kidding, because I always look at like the audience as a focus group. Am I
no.
they're also like this element of excited being near her. And again, it was not, I'm not kidding, it was not like a salacious type thing. It was just she's there because she's really not around that much.
We were at the White House one time, and there was Melania, and I'll tell you who was the most. You haven't really lived till you see when Barron walks in. It's just,
I think he's 8 feet tall. I think they don't tell us the truth. You know that?
Goose Down says, my baby sister Charlie poisoned herself 14 years.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I mean,
she didn't mean to poison herself. She was poisoned.
Well, we don't know. I don't know the particular case.
Okay, we'll have to.
I don't know.
We'll have to
the facts
get
of
clarification.
We're sorry. Lori says she's intriguing. It is. I wish people would just say what it is. There's something about people
but
who
the
are
thing
intrigued.
about Melania is we don't really know what it is. She's just intriguing. She fascinates people. She's got that quality.
She has the voice. She has the accent. She's got all that stuff. And I wish people would say, God damn it. I wish women in particular would say, it's interesting. It's People magazine stuff. They find it interesting. Magazine again. Just say it. You don't have to. I'm not saying it's the most incredible. Can you think seriously? Now I want you to think about this. Name one first lady. And people say Jackie Kennedy. Jackie Kennedy was the closest thing that anybody that was, what would you say? Not class. I'm not saying Melania is not class, but that was the closest thing to this. People, I don't know if people said that Jackie Kennedy was a beauty. I don't know. I don't want to get into who's beautiful and who's not. That's
no, they were just fascinated by her.
She spoke French and Spanish, and she wanted to.
She put up with a lot of crap. That's another.
Who was it before? Bess Truman. I mean, come on, Lady Bird Johnson. Nobody, Pat Nixon, Eleanor Roosevelt. We're not talking lookers here. Well, here comes this woman, and it's a different story. We should talk about Shiloh Hendricks being charged. Did you hear what I just said, Imperious? Did you? Thank you for your. Did you hear what I said?
Well, I guess that's the attempt to don't talk about Melania Trump.
No, Shiloh. I mean, well, your name is what is it? Imperious. Did you hear us talk at length about disorderly conduct? The mayor of Rochester. Just tell me.
Apparently.
Did you hear us just talk about this at length? Whether the use of the N-word is in and of itself problematic? Is it the fact that she was obstreperous or loud or did you hear this? Did you hear this? Imperious is a little late to the party, my friends. That's all. How about this? Have you mentioned anything? Just saying. Anyway,
there you go.
Who were you saying? I like Lady Bird Johnson. Remember her Make America Beautiful? Remember that?
We're not hearing from Usha Vance. Nothing at all.
There's a real interesting story about Vance and David Frum and the neocons and where he came from, and you know who does a very good, interesting. Nick Fuentes does a very interesting background. Whether it's true or not, it's up to you to decide. Okay. Now, let's go back. I like Lady Bird Johnson. Make America Beautiful. Remember the beautiful highways and
I was little during all of that.
I was too, honey. I'm not exactly
No, but I do remember in school we always whatever those initiatives were. I know they're bringing back. Did you have the presidential fitness test?
No.
Where you had
I would have not passed.
I don't understand because I had it.
We were I don't know.
I was Catholic school too.
I did. We had no fitness in our day.
We had it, and then we got like a little presidential fitness certificate. Then your school failed you because we had to do
nothing.
We had the 50-yard dash or something.
We had the 50-foot walk, which was a big one. I came in third, which is a story.
You didn't have relay relay races. We had a whole series
Relay?
of.
Oh, hell no.
I remember doing this.
I'm
and
not
getting my
saying you don't.
No, I'm saying I got my certificate. We did
You
this.
and your certificates. You were an overachiever. You
I
got your.
was. I
You
was
went
an
to
overachiever.
Trenton. You went to Drumthwacket, and you wrote a paper one time on how New Jersey got its name.
Yes.
And I remember one of our first times we ever met, I said, "Well, how did it get his name?" He said, "I don't know. I don't remember."
I do remember, but I'm going to recite
Old Jersey.
my fifth grade essay on how New Jersey got its name.
Brasilia. Listen, Carla says, brilliantly, intelligently, impeccably elegant, and irresistibly charismatic. Flotus. Indeed. Listen.
No, but there is a mystery about her. I'm telling you, very few people have this quality. I've witnessed it in groups, how they react to her. There's just something, I don't know what it's called. It's there, and that's what she ignites in people.
There is no one in Hollywood who goes through as much. Do you know what she has to go through every single day to maintain her weight and she's getting older? I mean, I think elegant, but I'm saying,
well, listen,
she's got to have the treatments and the
you know what? Stop right there. I don't like that talk. She has the wherewithal. She's got the money. It's a lot easier when you have household staff. You have money to do facials, gym, clothing. Come on now. So
let me say this again.
So I just want to say, okay. I don't want to talk about that.
Let me say this again. If you have the money and the wherewithal and all that stuff, you've got to commit yourself. Whether you've got the money or not, you've got to do it every single day. Who? Gwyneth Paltrow?
Why does she have to do it? Why does she have to do it?
What I'm saying, she doesn't have to do it. But what I'm saying is one of the reasons why nobody has ever, not only do other first ladies not go through what she goes through, nobody in Hollywood does. Nobody does this. It's like like an athlete or something. I don't know how anybody can do it. To me, it would be kind of boring.
I think being married to Donald Trump would be like an athletic.
But don't you understand that that you've got to look? I'm saying this. I don't know if she has work done, this done. I don't know anything. All I know is you just don't wake up in the morning. You don't really see her.
Okay, but I'm sorry, but she chooses to be this way.
She could wear
no makeup if she wanted and not wear.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine her walking in with a muumuu and flats? Take her hair extensions out. Can you imagine that? No way. But I understand she could do that.
She could. Doesn't have to be glamorous. She is.
Can you imagine if
nobody's forcing her? I mean, this is.
I didn't say they were.
I'm not saying that.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I guess because I work with so many downtrodden girls and women.
That's what I'm saying.
That the way she's looking doesn't really matter in the realm of things.
That's
it matters
not
what
she's
I'm saying. Doing, putting out there, and how she's helping the American people.
What I'm saying in the history of.
Remember we had
in the history
Rosalind Carter. She was sewing her own clothes. I remember reading that.
She washed her own hair. What is she?
She cut her own hair. I remember she cut Jimmy's hair.
Bless her heart.
No, I used to read my mother's like Good Housekeeping, Ladies Home Journal, All Ladies Circle. I think that was the other one.
Ladies, no, yeah,
something
women's,
circle, Family Circle.
Family Circle.
And she, they would put these women on the cover like that. I used to read about her, and she was sewing her own coats. Making her own winter coat. She cut Jimmy's hair.
She's got the machine, the treadle, but she got the singer.
But listen, that was a whole lifetime ago. We just live in a whole different world today.
Poor Jimmy towards the end, his mouth.
No, but you know what? That was very abusive. That was disgusting. Horrible. That bothered me that they wheeled him out like that. Horrible. So he could vote. I think he looked dead to me on that stretcher.
All I'm saying is, I'm going to say one more thing. I think it's all ridiculous. I think this business about glamour and all this, it's cute and all this. But what I'm saying is for Vanity Fair, when they normally take people and they want to glam up people, that's what they want. They want to glam up. You're telling me you're not going to have Melania Trump, who's the first lady who, and let's face it, from Dolly Madison to Best, who is it, Florence? Was it Wilson? No, the one who killed him. No. Harding's wife killed him, poisoned him. So they say. You mean to tell me you're thinking twice about this? Come on.
Well, in my opinion, it's a done deal. She's already shot a cover, done a cover.
Just
deal.
like Howard Stern's going to sign again in September. He this business about him being fired over, it's nonsense. It's a complete work.
Although I don't really know anybody who listens to, I mean, I'm not asking people. I don't know anybody who listens to Howard Stern. I don't. Do you?
Do you know the list of things
No, I
that
don't.
we just like? Who gives a flying about Taylor Swift
Well,
and-
that'll dominate.
and
well,
Kels? They
I-
pronounce his. They call him Kelsey. It's Kels.
why won't they pronounce his name correctly? But he doesn't correct anybody. So
What was it?
this will just dominate the headlines. Their marriage.
I wouldn't be
Anytime
surprised
children
if they're
are
not.
starving, 1 in 4 children in America go to bed hungry, and it'll just be all about Taylor Swift and her wedding.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're not even, if they don't even get married, if they just pretend like they have some ceremony or something, but it's not really, or they just say, look, just do this. Because of their careers, they're promoting this thing. The number of arranged marriages, the number of it's so phony and so beyond horrible. This anyway, but I just kind of thought that was. I have no interest, obviously, but the number of people who do care about that, it's incredible. Same thing with sports. I don't know. I know people who are depressed because if the Yankees don't make it to the playoffs, they're depressed. What the hell's the matter with you? I don't care about that. Changing subject. What's that new movie you like on Netflix? Sullivan.
Oh, it's called Sullivan's Crossing.
There's a lot of good stuff on
It's
Netflix.
you know why? Because it is kind of mindless entertainment, and after all of this, you need at 1, 2 in the morning mindless entertainment, and it's a family saga. I like these family sagas, and it's just interesting, based on some books, and I'm enjoying it. And that's all I have to say about it.
What is everybody watching? What is everybody watching, ladies and gentlemen? By the way, somebody says the long engagement is beginning. You got a good point there. What is everyone watching? What are you currently? Is it a book? Is it a series? I'm involved, of course, into Karens getting arrested, women's getting arrested,
I don't want to hear about
and
that.
fighting the police. I watch this. Somebody says, I don't watch TV. This is streaming. This isn't TV.
Yes, this is
Goose Down
streaming.
says, glamours from under makeup and no matter the style. That's very true. There's a certain degree of, there's a certain panache, dare I say. Brasileira says Wednesday.
That's a series. Yes.
Oh.
when you know, like Adam's Family.
What?
No,
I was talking about that Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Adam's Family, Wednesday,
yes. A lot of young people are watching that Wednesday as well. So I have not watched that yet. I've seen a lot of billboards for it going into the Lincoln Tunnel. You know, because the billboards are digital now, so the things are flashing, and so I've seen a lot of that digital.
I think Netflix and this has brought back a real sense of I don't know what the word is. Not intrigue.
I know what I just. Sorry.
Oh, I like that just now. Oh, what?
I received a casting notice. You know how I talk? There's a gradual pendulum swinging back to what people are craving. You know, a casting notice came to me that they want to create a series, Eloise at the Plaza Hotel, based on.
Yes.
So there is still a fascination, even with little girls. Now the Plaza Hotel has an Eloise suite, and it's constantly booked. It costs it's very expensive to go and have your tea party, and you can sleep there. But I'm saying it's part of my plan. You know, like the pendulum is swinging back. There is a craving for returning to that in a broader scale, right? So I was happy to hear that. We'll see how that goes. I hope they don't DEI her, but we'll see how it goes.
I think that when little girls are little girls, and there's something about tea parties, and when daddies engage in tea party, when a little girl has a tea party. I don't even know if they do this anymore.
Yeah, they do.
It makes my heart say, because I want little girls to be little girls. I want them to be mommies. And I want them, and I love, my heart resounds when I see a little girl in a ballerina outfit. It kills me. I love
You know
that.
what I passed today?
When you wear the ballerina outfit, it's the cutest. When you do your pirouettes and all that,
Birthday boy.
your
Guess what I passed
your
today?
je ne sais quoi, or
Je ne sais quoi.
bain de soleil,
My
pâté de foie gras.
yes, de trois cassettes.
Yeah.
I passed the American Girl store in Rockefeller Center today, coming from my meeting. And this place, no matter when, it's a block long. The store, it goes from either side. It's I think it's 52 and 53. Like, you can walk through the store, and no matter when I pass it, it is packed. And today it was really packed. And the little girls get all dressed up. And I see grandparents in there. You can tell they're grandparents. Mothers. I see fathers alone with little girls. And they're all dressed up, most of them. And they have little shopping bags. American Girl. So again, it's the doll. But that reminds me of another story that is horrifying. That I talked about on your radio program this morning. That Mattel has formed a partnership. With Meta. Anyway, they're talking about, AI Barbie, where the Barbie's connected to Wi-Fi, or there's a Bluetooth in the Barbie. They want to promote that a child who needs creative play, right? We all played with dolls, stuffed animals. We set them up. We made situations. We dressed them up. We played with our siblings or our friends and just played for hours. Well, they now want a child to create a bond. See how they're pushing this?
Yeah.
With this AI Barbie as an example,
Not
AI
good.
stuffed animal. Therefore, that child will program that AI Barbie, I'll use as the example, to what they like, to what answers they want to hear. Everything will be so nice. So how are they supposed to go out into the real world? There might be conflict. How are they going to deal with that? So this is further isolation, something we're fighting at the Warriors. That's all come about. Why are they doing this to our children? I'm very serious. Why? And why is it allowed?
A couple of things changing here. The American Girl, I was not very familiar until we walked by it quite a bit. I like the way they have girls with different shades of skin color. I think that's great. I think a doll should reflect. It's okay if a black girl gets a white doll. It's okay. I don't care about that.
No, we should have.
But for the most part, I hated the fact that there was no fact of fact in the old days of a black girl with a black baby. Well, now there's more shades because they sell more, and it's this thing. Now, another thing too is I have a friend of mine who's they celebrated their 50th anniversary. So we went. You did this today. We went, and look at this. We went to this. We got this car at the St. Patrick's Cathedral. It's a mass card. And I'm not going to re-show you the inside. It's personal. But anyway, the picture is a picture of St. Patrick. But it is a St. Patrick's Cathedral mass card. And irrespective of, because they're Catholic, I think it's a wonderful thing. Tell them the hoopla in.
Well, St. Patrick's has.
There's the gift shops from St. Patrick's. I mean, it is what a
Well, here's the thing. I know. Just the American Girl shop goes from 51 to 52.
That's
because go through. So I was on the 51st Street side today when I walked by. And the cutest thing is they have a little salon. You can bring your doll and wash her hair and curl it and you see all these little girls doing it. It's the cutest thing. But anyway, I digress. So there is a St. Patrick's on 51st Street gift shop, a standalone storefront, loaded down with stuff. But when you want a mass card, you have to go into their St. Patrick's office, which is underneath the cathedral on 51st Street. And we've purchased many a mass card for people there. And I went in today. I couldn't believe it. They are lined up left and right to buy these mass cards to send them. And it was a lot of tourists.
Wow.
So I could tell by their accents or, it was their first time there. This is a big deal for people with St. Patrick's.
It is.
Sending a card from there.
Carla writes us. Carla says, back in the day, my daughter was able to have the American Girl design in her likeness.
Yes. I want it. You can.
Wow.
I remember when this started, it was catalog. Okay. I want to say this started around, don't hold me to it, around when it was brought to my attention, might have been around 1990. Okay, so 35 years ago. And it was the Samantha doll. Just one doll, white with long brown hair. And it was Samantha's stories, and you buy accessories. It was all done online. Fast forward. Now we have everything from Native American to black to brown to the windows look so. As an adult woman, I stand always and look at the windows because I love them. But you can then also create the doll. They have a disabled doll. They have a doll in a wheelchair.
Is it broken or something? Or?
No, but I mean
that's terrible.
No,
I didn't mean that.
Horrible.
I didn't mean.
I'm not even addressing that.
They just pull it on.
No, but for a little girl, I mean, this is so memorable, and
because it reflects who
and then you can
are.
create it also. So, listen, I'm glad to see that something like that still stands. Still,
you don't understand something. I love when little boys.
Oh.
What?
The other birthday.
What?
Also in Rockefeller Center is Legoland. I forgot.
Yes.
And I passed the other day the Legoland. I'm like, what is this? They're lining up for Radio City. It was the Legoland line. They were lined up all the way down the sidewalk to get into Legoland. So see, these basics.
Thank God.
Still are holding. And I said, that makes me happy.
That's so good.
That makes me happy.
And I also like the fact I want little girls to be little girls because these radical left people are trying to destroy mother femininity with these blue-haired 2 tons of fun, studs and tats and
did you see the list of pregnant words? I'm not pregnant words. The list of words that were leaked that the Democrats now, because they're all over the place flailing, how they retool their messaging.
Oh no!
And no. They're getting rid of things like pregnant person.
Oh please!
Because people can't take it.
Oh dear God!
No, but they're dropping.
Oh dear God! That is so stupid.
Pregnant person. And so
I don't have a problem sometimes with changing words. I certain things. I understand this. I think.
Like, what do you mean changing words? Because
colored people.
Oh, that's.
You know what I mean? Listen, it may have worked. I get that, but pregnant, stop it. Men cannot get pregnant. If you can get pregnant, you're not a man. Any questions? Now, if you can't get pregnant, that doesn't mean you're not a woman. But if you can get pregnant, you're not a man. Does that make sense? I do not believe that a woman's worth is necessarily connected to her ability to have children, her desire to have children, her... I don't believe that. That's an aspect of it. It should be heralded, lauded, but that does not make a woman. That is not something that a woman who cannot have a child should not feel like I'm not a woman. No. But if a man gets pregnant, you ain't a man. Now you can talk about certain. You think, well, maybe it's the XYY, the honey. Stop it. I'm sure there's a name for it, but you're not a man. Men don't have babies. That's it. And that's it. And it's nothing personal. There's nothing about it that's, I
saw a weird commercial. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
And I don't know where I saw it because I really watch streaming. But I must have. A couple of times I did sneak on the old. Sometimes I do. I've been very disgusted by any sort of mainstream or cable news. But I did, I believe, a few days ago, take like a smattering. I wanted to see what was being... Oh, no, I know what it was. I think I was watching President Trump. I wanted to see a news something. I did something where I had... And you're ready for this one? And I don't know what the commercial was for because I wasn't paying attention.
I'm bracing myself.
No, it was apparently supposed to be like a father. He had a little baby, and he sits on a couch. He puts on a dress. He puts on a long wig.
Oh no!
He takes like a picture of, I guess it was supposed to be like the mother's face. Puts it on his face like a mask.
Oh dear God!
Takes a bottle.
Oh dear God!
Puts it under his dress to nurse the baby.
Oh no!
But I don't know what it was for.
Oh my God!
Let me go off camera.
Yeah. That's the laugh. You very rarely hear it.
It's not even funny.
That's the authentic
No,
laugh.
this must be a lot of stress.
This is also somebody. Oh my! This is the Horseshack.
This
laugh.
is the stress.
No. This is also
The
being
stress of our lives.
Yes, exhaustion. You
All right,
know,
let me get it together.
you'll be okay. It's all right. Come back together. There we go.
Okay.
She'll be
back.
okay.
I'm back.
Don't worry.
I'm back. everybody.
She'll be okay.
I'm back.
Don't try
I'm-
this at home,
I'm-
ladies. So please, don't try this at home.
We're professionals.
We're professionals. We make it look easy. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, where are we?
I know I don't want to talk about Cracker Barrel anymore. I really don't want to talk about Cracker Barrel. I don't.
Well, I just want to say one thing about
Why?
Cracker Barrel.
Okay,
It'll just fail. And we know this already. It's just going to fail. Because all those nice people that go to Cracker Barrel for that authentic experience, a taste of Americana, it's going to fail. That's all. And we all know it. That's the end of discussion.
And because of this dimwit nincompoop.
But she was allowed. Who I didn't follow it. I'm too busy with the AI and the children and the family.
ESG.
Who
I know.
hired her?
I
Who's
know.
why blow up a good situation, a decent situation? I have to look. Was there stock in the toilet? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. But I know it plummeted now. But
And
they
you
have
know,
to ruin. People just have to get in there and ruin things and put their. It's failing already. So
it is.
it is very sad, though. People
Very
just
sad.
love those gift shop and
I
Cracker
know.
Barrel and.
It is, my friends. It is absolutely. And
But we have to fight across the country for our Cracker Barrels, for our American Girl stores, for
Yes.
our. I'm very serious about that. We all have to do our part
Absolutely.
to just keep promoting and spending our money at small
without
businesses,
a doubt.
right?
Without a doubt. No doubt about it. Absolutely. What else is there? I think this one.
Nothing except I'm thrilled, and I don't. There has been a bank went out of business up on the corner. I hate empty storefronts.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm always looking like what's coming.
I thought you
in,
were
what's-
excited because a bank went out of business.
No, it went out about 10 years ago. I was thinking about this.
It was a
and
Citibank. It was
it's-
ridiculous.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was a
It
Capital
was
One.
a Capital One.
Capital
You
One.
named the brand. I wasn't going to say it. It was a Capital One bank. It was open for about 2 years. Capital One branch, big spot, right? And it closed. A good 10 years. I've been thinking about this. It just announced it's going to be some kind of big coffee corner, which there's nothing in the neighborhood like that. It's
Right.
going to do very well. And people can come and sit all day, I guess, probably, to have their experience.
Mhm.
But I'm so happy when an empty storefront comes to life because it brings people in, it
Right.
brings business into the neighborhood. And I'm seeing a lot of businesses, and I'm seeing more of those pot shops, even though they have fancy names, some of them cannabis and all that, shutting down.
Good.
How can they? There's one on every corner. How
Right.
can they possibly, with the competition, make any money and pay these
They're
rents?
almost.
So it's making me very happy
Right.
every time I see store for lease, store for rent. I'm
the
very happy.
amount of restaurants in the hood, in the kitchen, on 9th Avenue, from like 55th.
every
Oh,
kind of food
oh
you could
my.
imagine.
Today, I'll tell you, we walk in this place. We've walked by a gazillion times, and we say, yeah, that's this. I feel for like Baba Ganoush and Caponata and stuff like that. And they had grilled mushrooms, these big, not the oysters, but the king trumpet mushroom. Anyway, this place was huge. We walked by and said, oh my
And
God.
very busy.
Very busy. And there's Thai, there's multiple Asians, multiple
Indian,
Turkish,
Peruvian, Turkish,
Chilean.
Italian,
Absolutely.
every kind of. There's a Russian place down a bit. Every kind of food you can imagine is on 9th Avenue.
And it's good to see that. In any event, my friends, thank you so much.
Birthday,
We are
birthday
such
boy.
today was so terrific. I want to thank all of you wonderful and great and beautiful
Thank
people
you very much.
for your kindness. Carla, thank you so much in particular. You as well. White Monkey. Kelly McKinnon, you are a doll. Look at her with your super sticker. Thank you so much. Lori Cuck. Goose Down Story, thank you. Lori Cuck, we thank you. Mark Klingerfeld. Wasn't that a character on MASH? In any event, thank you for this.
Klinger, remember
That's
Klinger? Was Klinger the one that wore dresses?
Imperious, by the way, said we should talk about Shiloh Hendricks being
Why?
charged. We already did. We already went through that.
Well, maybe they
Uh,
came in late, honey.
Carla,
Maybe
thank you
they
so
came in
much.
late. They came in late.
Thank you. We're gonna give that Wednesday a shot. And the Brad says, happy birthday, coming in late. Sorry, Brad, don't ever apologize. You don't have to. Anyway, so that's it. I got a redacted coming up. I just did with Clayton and with Natalie. We got that one coming up. I just, please make sure you tell me you've seen the interview, the great interview with Scott Ritter. Just incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. I'm such a fan. And I'm such a fan of you. Thank you so much one more time. Rose Sugar.
Happy birthday. And I shamelessly plug myself because
please.
No, what I talk about is we both know is difficult, and it's but Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. We need to build momentum constantly. We need to talk about these issues.
And we need your numbers.
And we need to put them at the forefront.
And we need your subscriptions. Yes.
I need everybody to subscribe. It's free. Please do it. Please help us out so I can get this information out into the hands of more people, more warriors, to make a difference.
Absolutely.
We just so much thank you for your support, your loyalty, and your love. It means the world to us. And you're stuck with us, everybody.
All right, my friends. That's it. Anyway, have a great and glorious day. Thank you so much. You've been so very kind. And I love sharing the day with you. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. Don't ever change. And we'll see. Until next time, remember, the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. Da.